to be followed by Ariane Burgess.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Last week I met with my constituent Willie Kennedy, who's chair of the Scottish Sea Angling Conservation Network. He painted a pretty distressing picture of the decline of our inshore waters of the Clyde due to destructive trawling since the removal of the 3-mile limit in 1984, and spoke to the desire of his organisation for robust protection measures and a just transition for the Clyde fleet. Can I ask the Cabinet Secretary how enhanced marine protection can support the recovery of the Clyde seabed and the protection and promotion of the interests of our local communities, sea anglers and the low-impact commercial fishing sector?
Cabinet Secretary.
I thank Ruth Maguire for her question, and whilst I might be hearing cries of nonsense from the Tory benches, in fact it's scientific evidence from temperate locations around the world which suggests that enhanced marine protection delivers that greater conservation.
Cabinet Secretary, if you could give me a moment.
Yes.
Mr Carson, I can hear you rather too clearly, and I'd be grateful if you could allow the Cabinet Secretary to respond.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. I was going to briefly go on to say that it can lead to a wider range of seafloor species, larger populations and increased resilience to disturbance. And we have studies which show this from around the world, including in California and in New Zealand, and in particular the benefits of spillover from highly protected areas, where of course greater species abundance in and around highly protected marine areas is quite clearly advantageous to those who make their living from the seas. And I've mentioned studies such as Lamlash Bay, but they have shown that those commercially important species such as the king scallop and the lobster are more numerous, they are older and they are larger following protection. So if I can have one message from today's update, it is that the position, as was consulted on, is now no longer being progressed, but this government goes into our conversation about the process with a very clear principle that enhanced marine protection is required and will be implemented.
Ariane Burgess.